you're not giving God the opportunity to use you as the vehicle and the vessel that he needs to reach the people who may not be reached by somebody else that you're pretending to be, because you are not being authentic, you are not being genuine, you are not being real. He cannot use a fake. He needs the original. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Ci'Ara Desaree. Once again, I am sending my love your way. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. And I want to kind of make a special video. I don't know if it has ever piqued anybody's interest that has watched, in regard to why every time I end one of my videos, I always say, be you. Do you, but most importantly, stay true, always and forever. I love you. So that's not just because it sounds good to me. It's not just because I heard it somewhere before. These things really mean a lot to me and what I stand for as a confidence consultant, what I stand for as a woman, what I stand for as a Christian. I'm breaking that statement down into a 3 or 4 part segment that you guys can stay tuned for. And the segment that I'm going to talk about today is the BU portion. So I want to talk a little bit about how BU is so important in regard to who you are as an individual. And I talk about my struggles because, you know, I'm going to be real with y'all. And these things have always stood out to me simply because it was something that I struggled with. I didn't know who I was for a very long time. And a lot of the reason why I didn't know who I was because I constantly pretended to be somebody else, okay? If you can think of it, and it's crazy, if y'all seen the movie Avatar, I always felt like I embodied this capsule. And I'm not crazy, I'm just saying, like, I know what I look like, I know what people see when they see me, but the inside version of myself, I just feel like somebody else was operating. Like, I was never really connected to myself. It was just like something on the inside always told me that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't cute enough, I wasn't smart enough, I didn't have what it took to do whatever I thought I wanted to set out to do. So in my mind, by me being or thinking that I wasn't good enough, I felt like what I tried to do was pull things from other women that I thought would make me be better as a person. I know that sounds so crazy, but just stick with me, okay? So because wherever I felt like I was deficient, I would try to pull from somebody else to make me boost or give me that boost that I need, that confidence boost that I needed. Because again, like I said, I'm coming from a place where I felt like I was not enough, all right? So if a girl was a hustler, you know what I'm saying, and I didn't feel like I had that quality, but I knew that by her hustling, she was able to get this type of lifestyle or have these types of clothes and these types of customers or whatever. I would try to emulate that because I felt like I was deficient in that area. So I'm gonna try to do what I would study women. I would study women to try to become that part that I admired about them in myself, but I was still denying who I was because I might not have been that hustler, but because I saw what came from her being a hustler, I wanted to try to do that. Then, or if I saw like a woman that was good with guys, a big flirt, a socialite, I would try to go to the clubs that she was going, knowing damn well I hated going to the club, knowing damn well I'm not strong when it comes to guys, but I was trying to put myself out there by pulling from what she was doing and demonstrating and trying to create this made-up version of myself. Now, don't get it wrong, I think it's a great idea to try to admire people, but when you start suppressing who you are because you think that they are better than you, that's where the problem comes. And that's when I started to lose myself, because I'm like trying to pretend to be a little bit of this female, a little bit of that female, and I'm looking in the mirror and don't know what female I'm looking at. You know, and it was just like, I cannot win. I feel like, it was like, why do I keep going around the same mountain? Why do I feel like I'm not enough? Why do I feel like when I study them at the greatest level of studying them, I'm still not benefiting from the things that they're getting by being themselves. But the truth came to me, and I just want to share that with you guys, that God will not bless who you pretend to be. It's no wonder I was never able to kind of catapult myself forward. It's no wonder that I was always stuck in a rut. It's no wonder why I wasn't meeting the right men or the right friends weren't coming in my life, because I was not being who I was supposed to be. I was pulling pieces of a person to try to make me a better individual, because I never thought that me being by myself or as myself was good enough, because I've been told so often in my mind and in society that I wasn't enough. So it's just like, Ci'Ara, when are you gonna be okay with who you are? When are you going to be you? Okay. And it was just like, when I finally decided that it's okay for me to be myself, because when I started trying to actually be myself, God really did step in, and he blessed me when I was the purest version of myself. When I wasn't trying to be like Shannon over here, Shauna over there, or Bianca over here. And I actually spent some time in the mirror to figure out who Ci'Ara was. What does Ci'Ara like to do? You know, it started to make more sense to me. It started to help me to breathe a little bit better, because I was holding my breath. I was killing a little bit of myself every time that I felt like I was putting somebody else at a higher level. And God's sitting back looking at that like, Ci'Ara, I made you. You are my masterpiece, which means you are a piece of the master. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't deny what I've already breathed into you. Don't deny what I need the world to see and the world needs to have. So by you denying that, I cannot bless you. By you denying that, you cannot reach the people that I need you to reach out to and touch. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely an awakening for me, because I was like, okay, man, you know, maybe God really do need all of my quirks, all of my failures, all of my setbacks, all of my emotions, all of my feelings. Like, don't suppress what makes you who you are, because God can use exactly who you are, how you are, to benefit the kingdom in more ways than you imagine. And because I kept denying who I was never able to actually walk in what God called me to do. But I am here to give you guys hope, to let you know that it's all right. And I'm not just saying be you, do you, you know, most importantly, stay true for no reason. You have to be you. And when you deny certain parts of yourself, you're not giving God the opportunity to use you as the vehicle and the vessel that he needs to reach the people who may not be reached by somebody else that you're pretending to be. Because you are not being authentic. You are not being genuine. You are not being real. He cannot use a fake. He needs the original. So, and one of the things that I did to try to help me was get back in front of the mirror. You know, one of the hardest things for me when I was going through that not enough stage was standing in the mirror and locking eyes with my reflection. Like, and I challenge you guys, when you get off this, if you can, and some people may have mastered it, but it was something that I severely struggled with. I could not lock eyes with my reflection. I didn't know who I was. Like I said earlier, I felt like an avatar. Something was I was the capsule, but I was not connected to the inner person that was helping me operate. But if you can stand there, bare, looking at yourself, sitting with yourself, trying to understand and see who God sees. See who God sees, not what you want the world to see, not what you try to paint before you post. Be bare. Look yourself in the eye and honestly know that it is actually necessary for the world for you to be who you are without you trying to pretend to be someone else, okay? So y'all, please stay tuned, because next week I'm going to talk about the second half. Do you, right? Because I struggle with that too. We talked about be you, and next week we're going to talk about do you. But until we meet again, y'all do all of that. And most importantly, stay true. Always and forever. I love you. Bye.